Hey there, this is Donna Kozik. I am the creator and leader of the original Write a Book in a Weekend program, along with our sister program, Done For You Publishing, to help our authors get their book in hand and also on Amazon. Today, I'm going to go over for you Life's Little Handbook. This is a Done For You book that I created for you, and I'm going to give you a little tutorial here in how to customize it, personalize it for yourself, and use it for yourself. So first of all, let's just kind of take a look at what we have here. This is the title page. And by the way, this book is formatted for a 4x6, 4 inches by 6 inches book that can be published. All right. So it is already in the proper sizing for that. And you can just fill in the words. Here is the copyright information here that, and you can list. And then a call to action. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Here you can put some testimonials. That's optional, but you can do it. Acknowledgements and your dedication. Then here is the introduction. And this is the key to customizing your book and making it more personal to you and your audience. So I will come back to this in just a moment. As we continue our tour, here is the contents page with a list of the contents inside. And then of course you would add page numbers to this when you are getting ready to publish it. Then here's the contents itself. Each of the sections starts with a title, kind of like a title page. This one's vision. And then I have written a piece about vision, something kind of general about vision. And I looked to make it as close to 1 page as I could. All right. So then there's quotations and then affirmations. So there are 10 sections of each of these. Inspiration. Here is some verbiage about inspiration. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. Whoops, not that far. And by the way, when you download a copy of this to your computer, you can do the same thing that I'm doing here, move the copy around, add things and stuff like that. So this is a Word document that you can download and then make your own. And I put that around here on the page somewhere. You do not have to request editing access. You just download and use, and it is a Word document. This we need to return. This is the cool thing about Word documents. Unlike a PDF, I can go in and make the little changes. So quotations and affirmations about inspiration. Here's a section about affirmations, and here's how they work. And then again, quotations and affirmations there. All right, so it goes on like that. And that is the, again, this is a little tour of your book. And of course, well, let me go back to the beginning so I can talk to you more specifically about how to customize and personalize it. So on this title page, of course, you can make this bigger. You can make it bold. You can give it a new title. Okay, you call it after your name, Donna's Little Handbook of Life. Do whatever you want with it. And of course, a title, your own title, will personalize it towards you, right? It will make it more yours. All right. So even though a number of people are getting this right away, this is one way that you can make it different. Then the copyright information, this is pretty straightforward. Put the year in there. You fill out as much of this information as you're comfortable with here. There are little limits of liability and disclaimer warranty, or disclaimer of warranty, and just kind of a little, disclaimer there. Now, the call to action, this page is for you to drive people to your website to opt in for your list. And the way you do that is by offering a free gift. So you might want to offer a free journal or a guide or a planner or something like that, and entice them. I usually recommend making it something that's related to both your topic and this book as well. and encourage them to go and download that. So during my freebie in a weekend event, I give more specifics about how to create a freebie and then how to drive people from your book to your freebie. But basically, you want to headline something like "Go pick up your free gift," then 2 or 3 sentences kind of describing what it is, some bullet points about what people will benefit or how people will benefit from your free gift, and then find that call to action, connecting them or asking them to go to a website to download it. Testimonials, as I mentioned, optional. They don't have to be about the book. If you had people who are clients or something like that who praise you or say, hey, you should read everything that she writes, something like that, that can work as a testimonial here. It doesn't have to be about the book specifically. Acknowledgements are always nice. Some people put them in the back of the book. I like them in the front of the book to give a nod to people who helped me get the book published. A dedication, to your readers, to a spouse, to a kid, something like that. Okay, so this is the really key point of making this book your own, and that is writing an introduction. Now, the pages in this book are flexible. You could write a 1-page introduction, 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages, whatever you like. And what I recommend that you do is follow this formula that I have for the introduction I'm going to walk you through. I want to underline the point that if you have a different title on your book and a different introduction, maybe you add a few different affirmations or quotes or add a little bit more content, that is enough to make the book different than any other book that somebody else who got this book, this manuscript, make it different enough that you both could sell the book on Amazon, and Amazon is fine with that. Amazon actually has a very, very small percentage requirement for books to be different. I think it's only 10%, 10 or 20%. So the introduction here alone would do it, along with some different affirmations or something like that that you can customize. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because I don't want you to get all wigged out and all overthinking this idea of like, I have to rewrite everything in this book. Instead, look to see what you can use, maybe what you can add. I have, I think, 10 different categories here. If you can think of another 7, so then you have 17 different categories, that would do it. All right, so just kind of think, how easy can I make it on myself to get this done and get it published and get it out there? That's really what you're after. Okay, so for this introduction, what you want to be doing is, first of all, just describe or define what it is this book is about. So, this is, for example, something I would put is something like, this is Donna's little life handbook for you, and it's filled with inspiration and information to help you get grounded in some of the basics in life. And if, so, something like that, just like a simple definition. And then the why is why the what is important. And so the why is like, I think that this book is a good choice for readers everywhere. It's a little quick read that you can have, on your nightstand, in your bathroom, wherever it might be, just to pick up a few words of wisdom to help uh, you throughout the day, to help you face the day with a smile on your face, or steeled in determination, to take action or avoid procrastination or something like that. So that like paragraph, again, it can go a little bit longer than the what paragraph. All right. Then the who is where you talk about who you are and kind of set up your expertise and add some personality to this. So I might put something like, boy, I really wish I had this book when I was moving from Pennsylvania to California. I think it really would have helped me stay inspired along the way. But I managed to make my move. And then I even wrote a book about it. And people are like, how did you write that book? And I turned into a book coach. And then I started my program, Write a Book in a Weekend, that I've conducted over 100 times and have helped thousands of people find out how they too can write and publish a book. And my events are virtual, and what I like most about them is that everybody, even though they're using the same templates and hearing the same information from me, they all produce different books that they can be proud of. Something like that. So again, it's a little bit like it's a little bit like a bio. It's a little bit like a conversation describing who you are. And then the last one is why you. And here, if you kind of, if you hinted at or even just kind of said something about your expertise in the who paragraph, then the why you is simple, where you just write, say, oh, I got into this because da 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 da, and I've helped so many people do it. And some of my favorite clients tell me that they wouldn't have been able to write a book if it wasn't for my program, something like that. And it's okay to brag on yourself a little bit here. You might be using this book as a big business card, as a way to introduce yourself. And so this is your time to shine. All right. So put a spotlight on all of these items, especially the who and the why you, so people can, get a taste or an idea of who you are and what you're all about, what your mission in life is or your passion. And then, as I mentioned, the rest is pretty easy. It's just kind of the contents as I was going through this. As I said, you can add more here. You could add another page of content here, maybe some action steps, some tips if you wanted, a little story about vision, how having a vision helped you. So that's another way that you can personalize this. And finally, I just want to conclude, you might be looking at this. I've passed through it a couple times. You're like, boy, that looks like it's supposed to be centered, but it's not. Well, yes, it is centered on the page. And you might say, Donna, you are kidding me, because I can clearly see that there is a wider margin on the left than there is on the right. And yes, there is, because this document was made to be published. And so this would be the right-hand side of a right-hand page of a book. So on the left-hand side, there's extra room for what we call in the business the gutter, or that is where the binding is. So there's always a little bit of extra space on that page to account for the curve that leads it down to the spine. All right. And then just the opposite on this page, where there is, well, I have the margins kind of adjusted in such a way, but also where the there is room then where it goes down to the spine, or the where the spine is. All right, so that is how that works. I hope that you make good use of this book, and hey, let me know. Come to one of our study halls or Gratitude Friday, or post in the Business Authors Association when you get it published out there. I really like to see what you come up with, and take this book out there and put it to use for you. All right, until then, this is Donna Kozik. I am the creator and leader of the original Write a Book in a Weekend program, along with our sister program, Done For You Publishing. And go ahead and click the button down below to download your book. Remember, you do not need editing access, and instead you can take it and use it for yourself. All right, take care.